Hey guys, it's Luke Brindley, and today I want to talk to you about Wondering Where the Lions Are by fingerstyle guitarist and singer-songwriter Bruce Cockburn. I made a free tab for you available at the link below, so go ahead and download that and let's get started. So this song is in drop D tuning, and in order to get to drop D tuning, we're going to tune the low E string down a whole step to D. Now the way I like to do this is you already have a D on the guitar, right? You have the 4th string D. So if you're coming from E on the 6th string, just tune down until you hear the D an octave below. It might take a little bit of getting used to, but it's great training for your ear. And then we're going to just capo on the 2nd fret. Now what's great about this song is it has a pretty steady right hand pattern, and it only has 4 chords. And the 4 chords are pretty unique, simple to play with the left hand, but just beautiful voicings, and it's a really enjoyable, fulfilling song to play. And there are just 2 sections. There's an intro verse section, and then there's a chorus. So let's take a look at the 2 chords in the intro and verse sections. The first chord is a D major triad up here at the 5th fret. I got my first finger on the 5th fret of the high E string, my pinky on the 7th fret of the 2nd string, and my 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And then we're going to play the open 6th string and the open 4th string. So throughout the whole song, the right hand keeps a pretty steady pattern. The thumb is just alternating between the 6th and the 4th strings on quarter notes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the and of the first beat, the first finger plays the G string. 1 and. On the second beat, the thumb is playing the 4th string, and the middle and ring finger of the right hand play the top 2 strings. Like that. So far we've got 1 and 2. Then on the and of 2, the first finger plays the G string again. So we've got this, 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. So it would be a great idea to just practice that, just kind of loop it until you get very comfortable with that pattern. Now if you notice, when you listen to the song, it has a very sort of lilting, easygoing reggae feel. So to get that feel, you're going to emphasize the 2nd and 4th beats like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm also palm muting the lower strings by using the heel of my palm right on the saddle there, to get sort of a dampened sound. Okay, so let's keep going with the first section. We've got our D chord here, and the first measure is just that. It's that pattern twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Second measure starts off the same. Then, on the and of the 3rd beat, we do a little hammer-on from the open 1st string to the 5th fret on the 1st string. Like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the 1st and 2nd measure go like this. Okay? So you'll notice a couple things. One, we've got the hammer on there in the 2nd measure, and then we also have the open G string as the last note in the 2nd measure as we're transitioning to this next chord, which is a G6 chord. And we're going to play the G6 chord one of 2 ways. Bruce plays this chord with his thumb on the 5th fret of the 6th string, his ring finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, his pinky on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, like this. If you're not used to playing with your thumb, you can also do it like this. Play that same note with your 1st finger. The advantage of playing it with your thumb is that it frees up both of these 2 fingers to play some other licks. But you can definitely play it with the 1st finger if that's preferable. So let's look at the 3rd measure. Our thumb is still alternating just steady quarter notes on the 6th and 4th strings like this. And on the 1st beat, we do a pinch, which is just playing two of these strings at the same time. This time it's our thumb playing the 6th string and our middle fingers playing the 5th fret on the 2nd string like this. Okay, then on the and of the first beat, our first finger gets the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So 1 and. Second beat is the thumb on the 4th string and the open B string played by the middle finger, like this. Okay, so we've got 1 and 2. It's really pretty. Then on the end of the second beat, we're playing the 7th fret of the G string. Okay, so put that together and you've got this. Okay, 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Great, so I think that chord is a great example of just a really cool voicing that's pretty simple with the left hand, but it just sounds great. And it makes the song even more rewarding to play. So let's look at the second half of the third measure. Third beat, thumb is playing the 6th string. Then on the end of the third beat, our middle finger and our ring finger of the right hand are just playing the open 1st and 2nd strings. Okay? Then 4th beat, thumb, 4th string. Then on the end of the 4th beat, our 1st finger plays the G string. Okay, so let me play the entire third measure for you. One more time. Really pretty. Okay, 4th measure. Starts off the exact same. Then continues the same except for the very last note. Check it out. Third beat, thumb on the 6th string. And of the third beat, first 2 strings open. 4th beat, thumb plays the 4th string. Then as we're transitioning to the next chord, Bruce plays the open G string with his 1st finger instead of the fretted note. Okay, so it's like this. One more time. Okay, so that's the intro and the verse. More than half the song. Let me play that 4-measure progression for you again. One more time. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to look at the chorus. This is the only other section. 2 more chords. And this section's even easier than the first. The 2 chords in the chorus are E minor 7 and a D add 9. Bruce plays the E minor 7 with a very unique left-hand fingering. I'll show you that, but then I'll show you an easier way to do it. He plays it with his thumb on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, his middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then his pinky bars the top 2 strings on the 3rd fret, so it's like this. I find that a little awkward, so what I would do is just do the thumb on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then the 3rd and 4th fingers on the 2nd and 1st strings, like this. But whatever works for you. If you're not comfortable using your thumb, you can also do it with this, your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers. So we're back to playing that original right hand pattern for the entire chorus. It goes like this. I'm making the E minor 7 chord with my left hand, and here's my right hand pattern. Thumb is just rock steady, alternating between the 6th and the 4th strings. Then the and of the 1st beat, we play the open G string. 2nd beat, right hand thumb playing the 4th string, and we play the 1st and 2nd strings with our middle and ring fingers like this. Then on the and of the 2nd beat, back to the G string. So it's like this. Again. And that repeats 4 times, so 2 measures like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and. Then we change chords to this D add 9 chord, which we play like this. 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and then the open 6th string and open high E string. So here's that chord. Again, another beautiful voicing that works really well with the drop D tuning. And our right hand pattern just continues like this. Okay, so the entire chorus, we're just alternating between those 2 chords, the E minor 7 and the D add 9, 2 measures of each, like this. E minor 7, D add 9. minor 7, D add 9. So let me play the whole thing through for you a little slower so you can play along. Great, so that's Wondering Where the Lines Are by Bruce Cockburn. I hope you enjoy that. It's a great tune. It's really fun to play. It's a great introduction to drop D tuning if you're not super familiar with it. So I hope you enjoy learning that song, and please like, subscribe, comment with any questions, and I'll see you soon.